There is a very specific kind of tension that only one type of film knows how to create. Not the tension of will they survive, not the tension of who done it, the tension of two forces, one chasing, one running, and the sickening question of whether those roles can be trusted to stay the same. Because in the best cat and mouse thrillers, the cat becomes the mouse. The predator makes a mistake. The prey turns and looks you in the eye, and suddenly you have no idea which one you're rooting for, or which one you should be afraid of. 10 films, ranked, each one doing something different with the same basic engine that has fueled storytelling since the first campfire story was ever told. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up to the film that does it so perfectly, it almost shouldn't be allowed. Number 10, The Hunt. Right, fair warning, this film is going to annoy you, possibly from both directions at once. Liberal elites kidnap a group of conservative strangers and hunt them through a field for sport. It's that film, the one that got pulled from release after Trump tweeted about it before a single person had seen it. But here's what got buried in all that noise. Betty Gilpin. She plays Crystal. Few words, dead eyes, absolutely lethal. Moving through every scene like someone who already clocked all the exits before she even walked in the room. She is genuinely one of the best action leads of the last decade, and almost nobody talks about her in this because everyone was too busy arguing about the politics. Don't argue about the politics, just watch Betty Gilpin. The cat and mouse flips once, then flips again. The final fight with Hilary Swank is vicious and properly funny. Messy, loud, smarter than it looks. Go in with low expectations. Come out surprised. Number 9, Deathtrap. Now this one is for the people who think cat and mouse has to involve someone actually running. It doesn't.
Sydney? My heart won't take it.
Michael Caine plays a failed Broadway playwright, a man whose last show bombed so hard, he's basically watching his career die in real time from the back of the theater. Then, in the post, a manuscript arrives from a former student, played by Christopher Reeve. It's a thriller. It's called Deathtrap, and it might be the most perfect play Caine has ever read, so he invites the kid over to his house in Connecticut and starts thinking about how to steal it. Here's the thing. The play is called Deathtrap. The film is called Deathtrap, and what you're about to watch is both of those things eating each other alive. Christopher Reeve, Superman, remember, does something here nobody knew he was capable of. He's charming, he's slender, and he is quietly unnerving in a way that creeps up on you until you genuinely can't tell who's hunting whom anymore. Every time you think you figured out this film, it takes a hard left. Twice. Sidney Lumet directed it. Michael Caine is at his sharpest, 43 years old and still completely crackles. Give it a watch. Number 8, The Game.
What brings you to town, Conrad? Everything all right?
October 12th. Nikki's birthday. This is for you.
Consumer Recreation Services.
Call that number.
Why?
They make your life fun.
Fincher made 7, then this, then Fight Club. Sandwiched between two films that changed cinema, The Game sits underrated, and has been for 30 years. Michael Douglas plays Nicholas Van Orton, a man so locked down, so controlled, that his birthday dinner is a cheeseburger on a silver tray, eaten alone in a mansion where his father jumped off the roof at the same age. His brother gives him a gift, a voucher for something called Consumer Recreation Services, a personalized, real-life game. Life-changing, they promise. Nicholas signs up, and then everything starts coming apart, slowly at first, then completely. Here's what makes it so unsettling. You never know the rules. Neither does Nicholas. Every person he trusts might be working for them. Every moment of kindness might be a setup. The floor you're standing on might give way, and you won't know until it does. Douglas is magnificent here. A man who spent decades building the perfect armor of wealth and control, watching the game strip it off him piece by piece. I watched this at 11 p.m., thinking I'd give it 20 minutes. Finished it at 2 a.m., wide awake. Divisive ending. Immaculate ride. Number 7, Duel. Spielberg was 24 years old when he made this as a TV movie, and it is one of the most terrifying things he ever made. The entire premise is this. A man is driving on a California highway. A truck starts following him. Then the truck tries to kill him. That's it. That is genuinely the whole film. No face behind the wheel, no motive, no explanation. Just a rusted, filthy tanker that has decided, for reasons the film will never tell you, that this one ordinary man needs to die today. And it works. Like, truly works. You look at that truck and you already feel Jaws. The same pure animal certainty that something bigger than you is coming, and there is absolutely nothing to negotiate with. Weaver's performance is a genuinely ordinary man having a very real psychological breakdown in real time. The last 10 minutes are among the finest Spielberg ever directed. The film was only made in 13 days, and is still better than most of today's blockbusters. Number 6. The Fugitive.
Go get him! I didn't kill my wife! I don't care!
Richard Kimball did not kill his wife. He knows it. We know it. Deputy Marshal Samuel Gerard does not care. I didn't kill my wife. I don't care. 3 words. Tommy Lee Jones delivers them like he's swatting a fly. And those 3 words tell you everything about this film. Gerard is not interested in truth. He is interested in capture. He is very, very good at his job. And whether he has the right man is genuinely not his department. Here's what separates The Fugitive from every other chase thriller. It gives you 2 protagonists who are both completely right. Kimball is innocent. Gerard knows his job. Neither one is the villain. And watching 2 totally justified men crash toward and away from each other for 2 hours is one of the most purely satisfying things the 1990s produced. Tommy Lee Jones won the Oscar. He absolutely deserved it. There's this dark, barely held back hilarity to Gerard, a man who loves the chase more than he'll ever love the answer at the end of it. Still absolutely earns every minute. Number 5. Heat.
I tell her I'm a salesman.
Recognize the MO?
MO is that they're good.
Look, I need you to understand something before I describe this one. This is not a chase film. Pacino is a detective. De Niro is a thief. And instead of one of them running from the other, they both see the collision coming from miles away and decide to walk straight toward it anyway. Michael Mann treats them with complete equal weight. Neither one is the hero, neither one is the villain. Just 2 professionals at the top of their respective games who are going to destroy each other. They meet in a diner, face to face. 2 men who know exactly what the other is, and they talk like old colleagues who happen to be on opposite sides of a war. That scene is 4 minutes long. There are no guns, nobody moves, and I have watched it probably 20 times. Then comes the downtown LA shootout, the most technically accurate gunfight ever filmed for an American movie. 3 hours, not a single wasted frame. This is the genre looking at its own ceiling and going higher. Number 4. Catch Me If You Can. Okay, this is the fun one. DiCaprio plays Frank Abagnale Jr., a con man who successfully posed as an airline pilot, a doctor, and a lawyer before he turned 21. Tom Hanks plays Carl Hanratty, the FBI agent who spends years chasing him. And here's the thing. You love both of them. Completely. At the same time. Which almost never happens. Spielberg shoots it the way Frank lives. Light, fast, always slightly ahead of you. It's the most enjoyable film on this list, full stop. But underneath all that charm and color and movement, it's actually about a boy whose parents' marriage fell apart and who dealt with that grief by becoming someone else entirely. The phone calls between Frank and Carl are the secret. These 2 men, Hunter and Fugitive, end up being more honest with each other than Frank is with anyone else in his life. There's a reason he keeps calling. He's lonely in a way that no amount of success can touch. Light as a feather, hits like a stone. Number 3. The Silence of the Lambs.
A killer is on the loose.
Keeps them alive for 3 days. Then he shoots them, skins them, and dumps them.
Here's the thing about this one. Clarice Starling is not actually chasing Hannibal Lecter. She's asking him for help. The cat and mouse isn't physical. It's psychological. It's the terrifying, slow exchange of one kind of vulnerability for another. Clarice needs information. Lecter will give it. But nothing about what Lecter extracts in return will be comfortable. I'm not going to describe what Anthony Hopkins does in this film. He won the Oscar for 45 minutes of screen time, less than almost any Best Actor winner in history. If you've seen it, you know. If you haven't, nothing I say actually prepares you. What this film understands that most thrillers miss completely. The scariest predator isn't one that chases you. It's one that waits. Lecter never runs. He barely moves. And not once, in any scene between him and Clarice, do you stop being afraid for her. Because the bars are not the danger. The danger is what he's learning about her in the silence between her questions and his answers. Over 30 years since it came out. Still the standard everything else gets measured against. Number 2, The Departed.
What I'm saying to you is this. When you're facing a loaded gun, what's the difference?
Here is the cat and mouse film that asks the most devastating question the genre is capable of asking. What happens when the cat is also a mouse? What happens when the mouse is also a cat? Scorsese, DiCaprio, Damon, Nicholson, Wahlberg. A remake of a Hong Kong film called Infernal Affairs. And somehow, better. Here's the setup. The police have a mole inside the mob. The mob has a mole inside the police. Each side is hunting the other's rat, and both rats are just trying to stay alive long enough to get out. DiCaprio plays Costigan, the cop deep inside the mob, and you can see the pressure in everything. His hands, his jaw, the way he holds himself like a man who hasn't taken a full breath in months. Damon plays Sullivan, the mob's man inside the police, and he's the opposite. Smooth, controlled, performing normal so convincingly he's almost started to believe it himself. Two mirrors. They will never actually meet. The ending is not a twist. It's not even a surprise. The film has been telling you how it ends from the first frame. When it arrives, you're not shocked. You're just devastated. That's the difference between a great twist and great filmmaking. Number 1. No Country for Old Men.
What is that for?
Will you hold still, please?
There has never been a villain in American cinema quite like Anton Chigurh. And look, I know I just talked about Hannibal Lecter, but Lecter has preferences. Lecter can be charmed. Lecter has appetite. Chigurh has something worse than all of that. He has a philosophy. He doesn't chase Llewellyn Moss out of anger, not greed, not revenge. He pursues him because Moss took the money. And in Chigurh's world, calm, total, completely terrifying, that's enough. What you set in motion cannot be stopped. It was always going to happen this way. Javier Bardem won the Oscar for this. And honestly, the way Gravity deserves to exist, he deserved it. Chigurh moves through this film without urgency, because urgency would imply doubt. He is not hurrying. He is arriving. Josh Brolin as Moss is brilliant, stubborn, practical, and refusing to accept what the film is making obvious. And you root for him completely, even as you feel the inevitability closing in around him like weather. You don't leave this film with resolution. You leave it with a cold, clear understanding that the cat always catches the mouse. The only question is when. 10 films, all of them doing something different with the same question. Who is actually in control here? If you want something fun to start with, The Hunt. If you want something that'll sit inside your head for a week, No Country. And if you want to lose a Saturday afternoon completely, Heat. You have been warned. Drop a comment with whichever one got under your skin the most. I could make a case for every single one on this list, but mine always comes back to No Country for Old Men. Like the video if this helped. Subscribe if you want more lists like this. Thanks for watching Cine Edge, where you get recommendations you won't find anywhere else. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.